Hello, my name is Brian Bartow, and I'm an enrolled agent with Tax Debt Resolution Services of Winchester, Virginia. And I'm also the owner and founder of Tax Debt Resolution Services. And this is part two of a series about learning the facts about IRS debt resolution. In the first video, we discussed real briefly what are the types of professionals that can represent you in front of the IRS. We talked about getting your bookkeeping caught up if you're a small business, and also just the importance of responding to the IRS and actually opening the mail and the letters that they're sending to you. Okay, so on to fact number 5 and 6, which both concern getting into compliance. Okay, so before you can ask for any debt to be forgiven, you have to be in what's called compliance with the IRS. So number one, that involves filing your tax returns. Now, you should almost always file your past due tax returns, but there are some exceptions, and filing needs to be done carefully so additional debt is not triggered. So generally speaking, this means file all your past due tax returns. And it's important to note you don't necessarily have to pay off all your debt at this time. And we'll talk about what you need to pay here in the next item. Okay, so the next item about compliance is paying your current taxes. Okay, again, you don't have to pay all of your old IRS debt, but you do have to be paying on your current taxes. Okay, and this is part of getting into compliance. You need to be able to show the IRS that you can pay your taxes that are current. Okay, so this means if you have a job as an employee, that withholding is being withheld from your paychecks, and if you're an entrepreneur or business owner taking draws, that you are currently making your estimated tax payments. Okay, so that's all about compliance. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of your options to resolve your back tax debt. Um, Fact number 7: if you have the money available, you can pay off the entire amount. Okay, the next question I usually get is, okay, what about the penalties and interest? All right, so there are instances where you can get some of the penalties waived, and they have one option called the first time penalty abatement. That's generally if you're a first time offender, you might be able to get some penalties abated, or there are some, if you can prove a hardship, you may be able to get some of the penalties erased. Now, the interest, on the other hand, is federally mandated, so the interest generally is going to you will have to pay that. Okay, fact number 8: what happens if you get an IRS letter and you don't even know the assessed tax? Did the IRS make a mistake? And it happens. Okay, for this type of problem, it's best to hire a tax professional to represent you, especially if it's related to payroll taxes. The IRS can be extremely aggressive about going after innocent people when it comes to payroll taxes. Okay, so I have a note at the bottom there. It can be rather intimidating talking directly to an IRS officer, especially if you're not sure of what questions you should be asking. That's when a tax professional can be extremely helpful. A professional tax representative can get into the IRS files and find out what they have on you. They can also review your filed tax returns and check to see what errors, if any, they can spot. Okay, so if you have any tax issues that you would like to discuss, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is right there. And I thank you very much for listening today.